Hello, Aktun Chunkar here. Today I'll be talking about parametric modeling and we'll take a first step into the parametric modeling world within Rhino. So let me share my screen with you. So this is my Rhino screen. Probably there are some buttons that you may not have in your screens, but that's not a problem. We are not going to do something related with those buttons today. So what we are going to do today is related with parametric modeling, as I said. So what is parametric modeling? Parametric modeling is basically focusing on the process of object or geometry creation and designing or constructing that process rather than focusing on creating that particular object or geometry. Therefore, we will take the creation process and divide it into smaller steps, and that's what we call parametric modeling, right? And today we'll be focusing that part of this parametric modeling definition within Rhino with a really like a basic example, and maybe not a example, but using a very basic function of Rhino. So let me reshare my Rhino screen again with you. So this is my Rhino screen, and the function that we are going to use today is record history. Record history is a button in which creates or triggers Rhino in a sense that it will record the functions or commands that we use afterwards. So for instance, if I draw let's draw a curve here, and let's extrude this curve. When we extrude this curve, obviously it creates the surface, right? And if I switch this view to shaded, I can see the surface as well. If I zoom into this surface, so this is the surface, right? So if I change something related to the curve, nothing will change here, right? But in a sense, what we want to have, or what we can have, is that the extrusion will follow the curve's formation or how the curve is being constructed. So if I copy this curve, the same curve into here, just to create a better comparison, and if I change this curve's layer into layer 1, change object to layer, so now it's red, it will be easier to see, right? So now if I click here, record history, you see, now if I come over again here, surface, and extrude curve with this height, but let me switch back to this layer. You see, we have the same geometry, right? We have the same extrusion, but if I select this curve and if I move this curve, you see, my extrusion follows the motion of the curve. If I pull this control point in and out, you see my surface is reflecting onto all these changes, right? So if I again, let me copy this curve again to here, and let's change its layer to blue this time, and if I extrude this curve by recording these three, let's extrude curve, select this curve and put it up here. You see, again, since I hit record history, whatever I change here, even if I scale these guys, my surface is going to be following every single change in this curve. So this is basically the fundamentals or the basics of the parametric modeling, right? You do something and that something is being affected by your next moves or vice versa. So, but there are some things that we cannot do with this logic, right? So if I want to create, let's say, a couple of openings, or let's say one opening on this blue surface, and let's say this is going to be my opening. So if I use a function called split, I can split this object by using this cutting object, right? And what I'm going to see is the split command broke history on one object, meaning until from this point on, we won't be able to make any changes related to the record history or any changes related to the curve that will affect to our surface, right? So if I click OK here, if I delete this, since I break this history of this, like let's say process, if I change this, it doesn't change. But again, if I come over here and I move this curve, it's still being followed by the curve, or the surface, red surface is being followed by the red curve underneath of it, since the history is not broken. But this one, when you create an opening or when you take out an object or add an object, it breaks the history so that you won't be able to follow through with the curve or with that curve from starting till the end. So that's basically pretty much it for today's tutorial. I hope you like this. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you like this video, please hit like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to see more tutorials, tips and tricks related to parametric modeling and computational design and so on and so forth. So thanks for watching this. See you around.